Good morning, everybody. First of all, I have to say that this is not Bigfoot related. It is paranormal related, though. So if that's not your thing, I get it. Just, click away and go watch one of our other fantastic videos. But anyway, I just have to get this off my chest. So this is something that happened to me very recently. With my new employment, my secondary employment, I work at a place that handles hospice. They're on the business side of hospice, if that makes sense, meaning that the hospice people are not there, but they provide all of their needs, like, anything that they need, they provide it. They get things for their pets. They, like dog food. I mean, they do a lot of stuff, right? And one of the things that they offer are called hospice bears. So if you've never seen a hospice bear, it's basically a teddy bear that's made out of your relative's clothing. Like your grandpa used to wear a flannel all the time. They'll take the flannel and they'll make a teddy bear out of it. The buttons for eyes and all that. So, it's cool, I guess, if that's something you want in your life. But maybe it's a level of comfort. But anyway, so this is where I'm working. So I'm minding my own business. I do a lot of emptying trash receptacles and vacuuming floors and things like that. So I've got my headphones or one earbud in so I can hear out of the other ear, and I'm listening to my Bigfoot sighting, which, by the way, if you have not listened to this show yet, you are missing out. That's all I can tell you. These stories are fantastic. So you're missing out. But anyway, so I'm listening to my show and I'm minding my business. Now, here's the thing. I like it there. It's peaceful. I just do my little job and mind my own business. No one bothers me, and there's no problems. It's fine. This particular night, though, was different. Now, this was last week. I've been hanging on to the story for a while. But I go to empty a trash receptacle. This is in the area where they make. This is in the back of the building where they make the bears, right? This has never happened to me before, and I don't really know why. Because I've been doing this now for over a month. You would think, I don't know, but anyway, apparently someone had just passed, and they had made the bears that day. So the scraps of clothing were in one of the garbage cans. So as I emptied the smaller can into the larger can and then, changed the bag and put it back, I immediately felt a shift of energy, like just a shift of the room. The room changed. Now, when I say ghosts, or you say spirits, or you say entities, or whatever it is, the word that you use, everyone has a different image in their mind. First of all, some people just automatically think you're crazy. Then other people think this is my dead relative. They're still here in the spirit realm. Other people think, well, this is energy shifting from one type of energy to another. Or there's a third dimension, or whatever. It doesn't matter what you think, because the truth is, no one knows. And if anyone tells you that they know, they're lying to you. So let's just work off of that we don't know what it is, but we know for those that have experienced it, we know it's something. We know it's there. You just don't know what. Okay? So that being said, back to the story, the energy in the room changed. So as I left the area, now feeling weirdly paranoid, like I started out feeling like I was being watched. Now, this is not a huge room, by the way. It's, big enough. It's like a conference room, but it's not a massive area. So as I'm feeling that I'm being watched from this empty room, I start to leave the room because I have to go on about my other duties. Now, here's where it gets weird. I was only in the building for, like, say, another 45 minutes. We're not there that long. It's an hour and a half job. So, as I'm leaving, I start to feel this pull over my right shoulder. And I'm really kind of dumbing it down when I say pull, because I mean this constant feeling of needing to look over my shoulder. This constant, like, sort of nagging attention getting something from over my shoulder. And I felt like it was urgent. Like it was there was a very large sense of urgency. And almost like desperation. So, I switched from one duty to the next, which sent me back into that back area again, because now that all the trash cans are done, now I have to vacuum my way out of the building. So I got to go back. Now, keep in mind, I was dreading going back there, but the feeling had never left me. That was just where I first acquired it. So now I go back and I'm vacuuming. And the entire time, like as I'm telling the story right now, my body is going through chills. I have hair standing up. I have chills all over. That night, it was a constant, just chills. Just constant hair standing up, constant feeling of, skin crawls and just that urgency from behind me. Never in front of me. I guess because you can see what's in front of you, but it's behind me the whole time. And I just felt, like I said, urgency. Like, hey, trying to get my attention, like almost like if you were walking down a city street and there was someone behind you or to the side of you that needed help, but you were ignoring them. And they were just yelling at you, like, I need help. And then you were just ignoring them. That's how I felt. And of course I'm ignoring it because, well, it's not there. I mean, I don't want to be some wacko, talking to someone in the hallway that isn't there, So, again, I'm just doing my job and trying to get out of there. So here's the weird part. I didn't know how to handle the situation. I don't know that anyone really does when things like this happen. So the only thing that I could do, in my mind, was to, based on the information that I had, that this happened right after the close, someone obviously had just died. This is the information that I had to go on. So I'm left with this, I have to assume that what I'm feeling is coming from this. So whether you agree with me or not in this situation, again, is irrelevant. But what I did was I mentally spoke to it. I didn't speak out loud, but I mentally spoke to it. And I said to it that it had I think I said you because I didn't want to say it, but I said you. I said, you have my sympathy for what happened to you. And I wish you luck in your new phase of life, in your new energy. Goodbye. That's what I said mentally. So as I'm saying this, I'm walking down this hallway and I'm about to exit the hallway into a larger room. And it was weird. As I exited that hallway, and the word goodbye, manifested immediately as soon as I was leaving the hall. I immediately started to feel like I was leaving it behind. Whatever it was that had been following me all night, 45 minutes. I don't want to be dramatic, but yeah, so it was my time there. I was leaving it behind. And I knew that I was. The feeling was dissipating. And I would almost say that it was feeling a little more positive. Things stopped feeling creepy. I didn't have the vibe anymore. My skin wasn't crawling anymore. I wasn't getting all those symptoms anymore. And the further I walked, the more I acquired that feeling. So I would say that the rest of the evening, there wasn't much time left now. We were down to the last 15 minutes or so, I would say that I felt the energy still existing in that hallway because I still felt like I was being watched from that area. But the energy was different now. It was a little more calm. It was not as obtrusive, not as urgent. And I was able to leave it behind. And then I left there, and at the end of my night I came home and I slept well, and I had no issues after that. And I go back to this place 3 times a week. And it is back to the peaceful place that I had experienced before. I will say there's a little bit of maybe intrepidation when I'm coming up to a dark doorway or something like that. And I think that's just a little bit of I guess you could call it, I don't want to downplay PTSD, but like the after effect of it, having experienced that, and then now I'm back and I'm not experiencing it anymore, but my brain is still reacting to what happened. But anyway, guys, so I've rambled enough, but I just wanted to share this with anyone who's interested. And if you're not, that's fine. I get it. But I think there's a lot of people that will find it interesting and maybe can even, relate with their own experiences. But all right, that's it for me, guys. J Mac out.